Good morning, everybody. We are back at the range. We're at Claremont National. Gonna practice today, film a video. It's so pretty here. Putting green. They have the course open now, actually, so that's exciting. We haven't had the chance to play, but we practiced yesterday. We were here all day yesterday, and it was so busy. The family atmosphere here is unmatched. There's 30 bays with top tracer technology, and they have so many activities for kids here and families. There's 2 food trucks, there's an outdoor bar, there's an indoor clubhouse, pro shop. I mean, it's so amazing, and I'm just feeling really grateful to be here and be practicing outside. Here's a look at the range. It's really awesome. So today I will do a little practice with me, I guess, and maybe answer some questions that I've seen on my channel or questions about my swing, my setup, that kind of stuff, and just have a chill little practice vlog with you guys. So let's hop into it. As you can see, I'm all layered up and bundled up. It is so chilly this morning, but the sun is shining, which is really helping. But it's about 3 degrees Celsius. Feels like what, -1, I think. I think us Canadians brought the cold weather with us, but hopefully it warms up a bit this week coming. We are here for the PGA show. We came a little bit early, get some practice in, enjoy the outdoors, take advantage of our time outside. It starts on Tuesday. Tuesday's demo day, which is outside at the Orange County National driving range. It's a 360-degree range, which is crazy cool. I've never seen anything like it. Every time we go to the PGA show and see the range on demo day, it just is crazy to me every single time. And then Wednesday, Thursday, we're inside at the show, and we'll be going to see our friends at Catalyst and Cobra on both days, and then go explore all of the fun brands. So Jay Lindbergh is going to be there this year. They haven't been for the past couple of years, so I'm really excited to see Jay Lindbergh there. Jaybird is going to be there again this year. Forall is going to be there this year. G4 is not there this year, I don't think. But True Linkswear, Bad Birdie, Varley. I mean, there's so many companies that are going to be there this year, which is really exciting. And I just can't wait to go walk all around and see all the goodies. Definitely going to be trying to get some sponsors in line for this year's long drive. The World Long Drive schedule came out, and there's like mixed opinions about it because there's only 5 ladies events, and 2 of those are invitationals, where it's probably going to only be top 8 to 12 women invited to those. If it's the top 8, I won't be included because I am ranked number 9 in the world right now. So that's kind of a weird one this year. So if it's top 8 and I can't improve my world ranking in those 2 invitational events, well, then I'm only going to have 3 events this year, which might be okay because it is expensive to compete in World Long Drive. It's expensive for travel and accommodations and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, how it plays out. We'll take it one day at a time. But I do really want to get some sponsors lined up for monetary help. It's just expansive, you know? And I would love to represent a couple of companies that I really love. That's kind of the plan for this week. Yeah, we're just going to get into some practice, loosen up, get used to hitting outside again. Being in simulators for 6 months out of the year, I mean, I'm so grateful that we have the simulators and such a great setup indoors. But when you transition to outside, it's very tricky the first couple of times because your depth perception is off, your side vision is off, and you're just not used to all of the stimulation that outside has to offer compared to being inside in a controlled environment. So we're just gonna go ahead and have some fun, loosen up, and chill out today. All right, let's start off with some chips just to get loose. It's so weird swinging with so many layers on, but you have to in this weather. There's no other choice. You get too cold. With my chip shots, I like to chip with my feet together and ball position back of center. I just really enjoy the feel, super consistent. And you clip the ball in the right spot every time. Move into some pitch shots. So when I move into pitch shots, obviously you have to widen your stance a little bit so that you have room for your full turn. You got some good mobility in there. Ball position is still back center though. And in the warm-up, I'm just letting the weight of my arm club unit do the work for me. You don't want to be forcing anything or manipulating. More of a full swing here, so I widen my stance just a smidge more. I'm gonna go into an 8-iron here. Also, can we take a moment for these grips? They are so awesome. These are my RIPIT Grips. This is the Bones model, and it's got little skulls and barbed wire on it with a little orange detail, but it's just such a nice change from a typical plain black grip. I went with black grips because I have black shafts this year, but the quality of these grips are so good. You all know how much it hurts your hands when you thin one in the cold. Not fun. There we go. One thing that I struggle with when I go from inside to outside hitting shots is staying committed with releasing left edge of my intermediate point. So for me as a lefty, getting that nice draw, I have to start my ball out to the left and let it draw back into the center where my target is. And sometimes I have a hard time trusting that direction because of side vision when you get outside. So that's one thing that I am actively conscious of, and making sure that I'm, trusting my line. So see that one right there, I start it down the middle and then it draws to the right of my target. I want to start it left and draw it back. There. That's what I'm looking for. Right on that red post, starting it between the blue post and drawing it back to the red. There. Just have to commit. I've hit these shots over and over and over and over again inside, and just because you're outside doesn't change anything. There we go. Now we're getting the feel. Pull out the 5-iron. I feel like I've gotten a lot more comfortable with my long irons recently. Just letting them loose a little bit more. Not fearing the potential consequences of shots. That's something that I've worked a lot on, is not fearing potential bad outcomes, because that's just not the right focus to have. Typically with long irons, the trouble that I had was wanting to like force them into performing well because it's a longer club and it's just a little bit more tricky to hit for me, the longer irons. But I've found that, like with every other club in the bag, you have to use heavy momentum in your arm club unit to maximize these clubs. There. That's the one. Right on that red post. Lovely. I'm kind of no nonsense with my warm-up. I don't take too long because before I go up to play, I want to have as much energy as possible to last a round outside. So my warm-ups are quick, efficient, focused, and I do my best to stay that way in my warm-ups because you don't want to be wasting any time with, you know, bad focus. Okay, let's hit 5 wood. I'm gonna take this tee out because when I go to hit my driver, this is too low of a tee for me, my liking, and it's kind of in my way. All right, let's hit some 5 woods. Nice, good miss. Good strike, just didn't start it on the right line. With every club in the bag, I'm always trying to feel that throw with heavy momentum, and throwing the club meaning like throwing it out towards my target, not down at the ball. Releasing really far out and deep into my picture. All right, jacket is off. I need more freedom in my swing for these long clubs. That's the one. Good miss. Yeah, so typically for a warm-up, I will warm up with a wedge, short iron, long iron, a wood, and a driver. And then I'll go and do chipping and putting afterwards. Lovely. All right, time for some drivers. So I like to use a T-claw with the tornado tees. My tornado tees are the pink ones, and they're 4 inches long, and then I trim them a little bit. These are the tees I use for long drive, and typically when you put them into the turf, it can be a little bit too long with the T-claw, so that's why we trim a little bit off the end. But with the longest tees, you're able to really customize the length that you want. I don't use the T-claw when I'm out on the golf course, obviously, because you don't need to, but when I'm practicing on a mat or I'm in competition, they're very necessary. Another RIPIT grip, I have the Big Cat grips on my driver, all my driver shafts. These are like a cheetah print, and I love them. I love how tacky they stay. So these are my faves, and I use all LA golf shafts for my woods, driver and woods. So this is, I really like the A series, and I have a couple of different versions of the A series in terms of kick points. So these are my 2 A series, the longer ones that I use for long drive. I didn't bring all of my shafts, obviously, because we have limited space in the travel bags. So I've got an A series high kick and a mid kick, but they're both 50 gram weight and in the 3 stiffness. The 3 stiffness is more like a regular stiff, in my opinion. And I just love the kick points on the LA golf shafts. They're so consistent and they feel so good. And they're just so smooth feeling. Then I have my Aerojet head in here, and I set my driver to 7.5 degrees. And then I also have A series at my standard length, so 45 inches, but I brought my longer ones so that I could take advantage of practicing outside and just getting reacclimated to hitting outside with my longer shafts, because that's what I'm competing for, so it just makes sense. And then I also have the G series shaft at home, which is their like all boron shaft. That is, I believe it's 47 grams, and it feels so good. It's so lightweight. The kick point is unreal in that one. I have it at 48 inches long. I didn't cut the shaft on that one because I wanted to see what it would be like at 48 inches if I liked it because of how light it is. I do really enjoy it at 48 inches, but I think I'll bring it down to 47. I feel like 47 inches is my sweet spot for long drive. These are both 47 inches. And they just feel a little bit more manageable for me, and I feel like I can get my club head speed up a little bit easier. With the 48 inches, you just have so much more of an arc to deal with. And for me, being only 5'5", I find that the 48 inches can be a little bit more of a disadvantage for me because my arc has to be so long and wide that it slows down my swing speed by just a smidge, actually, which typically wouldn't be a thing, but because of my height and my stature, I feel like just that extra inch on there can be a little bit of a disadvantage for me. So I like the 47 inch. Oh, that one felt really good. Love it. Moo has been helping me so much with my speed training. He is the speed training expert, and we've made some really good improvements this off season, which I'm so happy about. And he just knows his stuff. He's just so good at listening to all of his students and getting feedback, and he's always learning from them and providing so much amazing insight into helping you improve. That one had some good pop, but I just didn't start it on the right line. A big key for me when I'm hitting drivers is, biggest key for me when I'm hitting drivers is, one, obviously sticking with my feel, which is using that heavy momentum to throw out to my target. But to add on to that is really to throw that heavy momentum into the height that you want. So so you see the shelf of clouds going across? I'm trying to go above that, because when you pick your height, you can commit to your shot a lot longer, and you're launching it higher, the ball's staying in the air longer, you're reducing your spin, angle of attack is awesome. And when you forget to pick your height, well, then you're not gonna see the numbers that you're typically used to. That happens for me. I'm like, what the heck's going on? Why am I not hitting the typical numbers that I do? And it's always, always, always because I'm not picking my height and I've just forgotten that little key point. So it's really important to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row before you go to hit your shot. It's really important. If you can stay consistent with your routine, then you'll see more consistency in your results. But obviously it's not always easy to remember everything, so be patient with yourself and just take it one shot at a time. Now obviously I'm just warming up with the driver, so I'm not going for crazy speed right now. I'm just trying to dial in that feel and really letting my arms and the momentum release me out towards the target. I like the feel of having a slower backswing, letting it, set properly at the top and then releasing it out there. I find that's the easiest way for me to gain that speed, because if I'm going fast in the backswing and then fast in the downswing, I don't have time to utilize momentum in the swing. So I like a slower backswing. There we go. Started on the right line there. Nice and high. Meh on that one. Something that helps me get my speed up when I'm ready to and I'm feeling loose is really squatting through the shot. And that comes from obviously using nice momentum. Lovely. Now that I feel loose and warm, then I can start dialing up the speed a little bit. Typically in a speed session, it takes me like a good 30 shots to get fully warm and for my CNS to actually wake up. So range sessions like this, when I'm just going out to play or practice, you know, we take it nice and chill. But when we ramp up for speed sessions, it definitely takes a long time for me to wake up my body and start swinging with some high speeds. This year, this off season, we've been able to get up to, what was it, 114, my highest? Yeah. So 114 club head speed has been my highest this off season. We're looking to get up towards 120. I don't know if I can do it. Moo and my dad seem to think that I can. So we're gonna try and keep working towards that. And ball speeds have been almost into the 160. So I've gotten up to like 159, 160, which is good for me. So we're just gonna have to figure out ways to get more ball speed behind the hit and a little bit more club head speed in there. So it's been a good off season so far. I'm so happy that we've been able to practice outside the past couple of days and that we're gonna, you know, play tomorrow and then have a fun time at the PGA show Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm really excited for it. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little practice chit chat video, and I'll be doing a lot more vlogs for this week coming up and show you guys all the goodies at the PGA show. I'm gonna try and step out of my comfort zone and actually, you know, vlog in public. I get a little bit shy doing that, but that's what we're here for, and everybody's gonna be doing it. Everybody's gonna wanna document all the new stuff, so I gotta just step out of my comfort zone and do it, and it'll be fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you soon.